Hello everyone, Adam here from Adam P Reviews. I hope you're all well, and today I'm here to bring you another book review. Okay, so today's book is The Forgotten Legion by Kane. And I have to admit that, like my Pillars of the Earth review, I actually didn't read this book. Like, obviously I have the book here. I bought it a long time ago, but as you can see it's quite thick, and at the minute I haven't been reading any real books. I've been more on e-books that other authors sent me again. So as part of my download, my free download for the Audible, I decided to download the book and give it a try because I really wanted to read this book. I've read all of Ben's other novels, such as the Hannibal novel and the Spartacus ones. I even made a few videos for those, and I thought, oh well, you know, it's for free download, I might as well give it a try. And yeah, and I'm really glad I did, because it was a really good book. And one of the great things about this book as well, especially, is that he came up to Newcastle one week, and I went and met him and he signed it for me. So yeah, so let's get on with the review. Okay, so the book is set in ancient Rome, at that really kind of famous and well-written time of the triumvirate between Crassus, Pompey Magnus and Julius Caesar. It's just happened a few years after the defeat of Spartacus, which Ben writes about in his other novels, the Spartacus Rebellion and Spartacus the Gladiator. So in amongst this troubled time for Rome, three stories emerge. The first story is that of Tarquinius, who is a soothsayer. He's able to, from the weather or from other signs, able to tell the future and predict people's future. One of his master's predictions is that Tarquinius will travel east and find two new friends that are gladiators. So after the death of his master, Tarquinius decides to join the army, the Roman army, and travels east to hopefully fulfill his destiny. The second story is that of Brennus, who is a Gaul during the time of Caesar's conquest of Gaul and what is now France and later on Britain. Brennus is out hunting with his cousin, I believe, and finds that his whole tribe has been wiped out by the Romans. He also has been given a destiny where he's told that he will die for one of his friends, and at that minute he believes that it's his cousin who he's going to die for. However, the Romans manage to capture Brennus and murder his cousin, and end up selling Brennus into slavery. The third and final sort of plot tale is that of Romulus and Fabiola. The two are both twins and live in the house of Gemellus, who is a really cruel and sort of evil type of owner. He rapes their mother every night and beats them, and at the minute his sort of business is not going well, so he needs to find money somewhere to try and fund another venture. Gemellus' idea to get money is to sell both Romulus and Fabiola. Romulus, being a young boy who is skilled with a sword, is sold into the Lupus Magnus, which is the biggest gladiator school in Rome, and Fabiola is sold into the Luperna, which is the most famous and expensive brothel in Rome. Both Romulus and Fabiola are distraught that they've been torn away from their mother and believe that both of these new careers will be the end of them. Obviously Romulus is, I think he's 13 when he enters the gladiator school and isn't expected to live long, and Fabiola is also 13 and enters the brothel and believes that her master is going to come back and just abuse her there. However, it doesn't work out like that. In the gladiator school, Romulus sort of is pushed forward by a lot of the teachers because of his basic knowledge of sword fighting, and he actually becomes friends with Brennus, the Gaul, who was captured by the Romans, as Brennus is now the most famous gladiator and fighter in the whole of Rome. After a few years of fighting in the school, Brennus and Romulus become like firm friends, and Romulus sees Brennus as sort of a father figure. One night, however, the two friends manage to sneak out of the Magnus and go into Rome for a good night out. However, it kind of ends in Romulus accidentally murdering a noble outside of the Luperna. Luckily for the two gladiators, the noble that Romulus murders is the arch enemy of Tarquinius. Tarquinius actually witnesses the murder and realises that both Romulus and Brennus are gladiators, and realises that the destiny his master has set out for him is becoming true, as his master said that he would one day befriend the two gladiators. Knowing that they can't go back to the gladiator school because they would be crucified for being slaves and murdering a noble, Brennus and Romulus head to the docks to try and find a ship that is leaving Rome, and they luckily find one that is heading east with the army of Crassus. The two ex-gladiators join the army, the legionaries, and head east, but kind of coincidentally, but not really coincidentally, Tarquinius is on that boat with them, and they soon become like firm friends. Meanwhile, Fabiola is also making friends in the Luperna. She becomes the most expensive prostitute in there, and one of her regulars is Marcus, I think, Brutus, who is the second in command of Caesar's army. However, she finds out that becoming the most popular girl in the brothel also brings risks, as other girls try and manipulate her and even plot to kill her. But however, Fabiola is well connected and really smart, and she manages to outmaneuver a lot of these girls. However, for Romulus, Brennus and Tarquinius, their fate is a little, well, not less easier, but after a few bad signs about the army and Crassus, including Crassus dropping the ceremonial bull's heart at the start of the war, his sweat-soaked clothes turning black, which is the sign of death for Rome, and the fact that one of the eagle's standard bearers drops the eagle. However, even though there are all these bad omens, the three continue to march east, as Tarquinius still believes that is their destiny, into the battle with the Carthaginians. They march back to Seleucia, which is the capital of Parthia, and are there given one sort of impossible choice: either to be crucified, have gold pawned down molten gold pawned down the throat, or to fight for the Parthian army. And which probably would be the obvious choice, the 10,000 legionaries all decide to fight for the Parthian army, and are sent further east to defend Parthia's borders with the tribes of Scythia, I believe, and other tribes in the east. Meanwhile, with Romulus marching east, Fabiola overcomes her enemies in the Luperna and even convinces Brutus to buy her freedom. And that's how the book ends, and I think it sets it up really great for the next book in the series, which is called The Silver Eagle. Okay, let's go on to what I thought about the book. Okay, like I said, I actually didn't read the book. I listened to it on audio tape, narrated by Michael Prane, I think it's called, Prade. Out of all the audio books I've listened to so far, this one has been by far my favourite. I thought Prade was a really great narrator. He sort of acted the voices really well. Especially Brennus's, as he gave him like a really rough, gruff type of deep voice, and I think he narrated the story and the Latin and all the other languages in the book really, really well, and it made it a really easy book to listen to and a really enjoyable experience. The story itself was I thought was great. Like, I haven't really been reading any historical fiction in a while. Like the last one was listening to The Pillars of the Earth. And that was, it's not really, it is the historical fiction, but it's not really the historical fiction I like. Like, I'm a massive fan of, like, obviously Ben Kane, Simon Scarrow, Anthony Richards, that was kind of all the Roman ones. And it was nice to get back into that genre, which first sort of got me back into reading. I also enjoyed the audiobook and the book that much that I, with my token again for this month, I downloaded The Silver Eagle. So I'm not that far into it yet, but I'm really enjoying it, and I'm really enjoying listening to the continuation of the story. Okay guys, so that is the end of my review. I'd like to say thank you for listening and watching. Again, it was the review of The Forgotten Legion, and I think I should just say that I think the cover art for this book is really cool, and all the other ones. You can't really see them on the back, but they're the other two book covers, and I think they look great as well. So thanks again. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe, and share with all your friends, and I should be back in again soon with probably the review of The Silver Eagle and hopefully some other books. So okay guys, thank you.